name is Dr. Calliope. Would you mind just confirming your name and date of birth for me? Okay. All right, and is that your preferred name? How do you like to be addressed? Very good. All right. So it looks like you had requested to be evaluated for ADHD. Is that correct? Okay. Would you mind telling me a bit about why you wanted to be evaluated? Okay. All right, and would you mind telling me a little bit about the symptoms you're experiencing? Okay, very good. All right. So, to start with, I'm going to go through a screening examination with you. And should the screening exam show us that perhaps you may have ADHD, then we can move on with our examination, okay? And if it doesn't, then I suppose you have a little bit of free time afterwards, yeah? Okay, so give me just a moment and I'll fire that right up for you. Very good. So this is the Adult ADHD Self-Report Scale, or the ASRS version 1.1. Now, there are two parts to this screening. Part A consists of 6 questions, while Part B consists of 12. So, Part A is more focused on the most common symptoms of ADHD, whereas Part B gets into more finer points. Now, with each question, I want you to tell me if the statement that I read you is true never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. Okay? So, essentially on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being never and 5 being almost always. Okay? All right, so question 1. How often do you have trouble wrapping up the final details of a project once the challenging parts have been done? Would that be never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often? Okay, excellent. How often do you have difficulty getting things in order when you have to do a task that requires organization? Is that rarely, or never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often? Okay. How often do you have problems remembering appointments or obligations? Never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. Okay? When you have a task that requires a lot of thought, how often do you avoid or delay getting started? Okay? How often do you fidget or squirm with your hands or feet when you have to sit down for a long time? Okay. How often do you feel overly active and compelled to do things like you were driven by a motor? Okay, so now we're going to move on to part B, and there's 12 questions here. How often do you make careless mistakes when you have to work on a boring or difficult project? Never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. Okay. How often do you have difficulty keeping your attention when you are doing boring or repetitive work? Never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. Okay. How often do you have difficulty concentrating on what people say to you, even when they are speaking to you directly? Okay. How often do you misplace or have difficulty finding things at home or at work? How often are you distracted by activity or noise around you? Yeah, me too. How often do you leave your seat in meetings or other situations in which you are expected to remain seated? How often do you feel restless or fidgety? Okay. How often do you have difficulty unwinding and relaxing when you have time to yourself? How often do you find yourself talking too much when you are in social situations? When you're in a conversation, how often do you find yourself finishing the sentences of people you are talking to before they can finish them themselves? How often do you have difficulty waiting your turn in situations when turn taking is required? Okay. And how often do you interrupt others when they are busy? Okay. So I think based on your questionnaire here, we are definitely going to move forward with our evaluation. Now, part of the evaluation is watching you if there's any movement or if perhaps your attention is somewhere else, you're looking around the room. So not just these tests will help me gauge whether or not you may have ADHD, but also your behaviors while we're doing the test. So as I speak calmly and slowly, some people want to move really fast and really get it done. Some people finish what's going on. And some people aren't able to focus at all. So it just depends on your behaviors and how you do on these tests. Okay? All right. If at any point you have any questions for me, please let me know and we can pause the test. All right. So I just want you to do these little tests to the best of your ability. We've got quite a few things going on for you. So real quick, I'm just going to sanitize my hands. And during portions of this test, I will need to be touching you. Is that okay with you? Do I have your permission to do that? Excellent. So the first test we are going to do is we're going to take a look at your trigeminal nerve. And that is a cranial nerve, number 5, more specifically. And I am just going to have you close your eyes for me, and I want you to tell me when you feel a touch on your face, okay? All right, so close your eyes. Good. There. There. Good. Good. Excellent. And now I'm just going to be touching down your arms, perhaps your legs, hands or feet. You just let me know when you feel a touch, okay? Good. Yep. Okay. Yep. Good. Good. Okay. And did all those feel pretty similarly? So, for example, a touch on your left side doesn't feel any different than a touch on your right? Feel about the same? Okay, very good. Excellent. So now we're going to do a little bit of coordination testing. All right. So first, could you raise your right hand for me? This is my right. Okay. Can you raise your left hand? Here. Very good. Can you touch your nose with your left hand? Good. Can you touch your nose with your right hand? Very good. Can you touch my finger with your left hand? Can you touch my finger with your left hand? Almost tricked you. Can you touch my finger with your right hand? Okay. And can you touch my finger with your left hand and then touch your nose? Good. And then touch my finger. Touch your nose. Touch my finger. Touch your nose. Good. And can you touch my finger with your right hand? Okay. And touch your nose. Touch my finger. Touch your nose. Finger. Nose. Very good. Can you close your eyes for me? Can you touch your right hand to your nose, your right finger to your nose? Yes, while your eyes are closed. Okay. Can you touch your left finger to your nose while your eyes are closed? Okay. Very good. Can you raise your left hand? Raise your right hand. Very good. Go ahead and open your eyes. Can you spread your arms out wide? Bring them in and touch your fingers together like this. Okay. Can you put them down? Now close your eyes. Can you do that with your eyes closed? Like that? Okay. Very good. Excellent. You can open your eyes. Okay. So now we're going to do a special little test here. This is one of my favorite tests. I have a paper here. Our printer was out of ink, so we got a little creative. But these words are written for different colors. They're also written in different colors. Now, I want you, to the best of your ability, can you just name what the text says? Not the color of the word, but the text, as fast as possible. You do that for me? Red, green, pink, orange, purple, blue, yellow, green, brown, black, orange, white, purple, black, green. Very good. And now this time, can you name the color of the text instead of what the word says? Red, green, pink, blue, black, yellow, red, blue, green, pink, blue, green, red, apologies, keep slipping, black, yellow. Very good. All right, now we are going to do a little blinking light test, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on my nose, focus on my eyes, something on my face. And I want you to let me know when you see a blinking light. Okay? All right, just keep looking at my face. Just let me know when you see a blinking light. Good. 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 Okay. We're going to do a little test with some colored pencils here. I want you to tell me what color you see. Okay? Ready? Brown. Purple. Yellow. Black. Purple. Red. Blue. Pink. Purple. Red. Brown. Very good. And do you recall how many times you saw the color purple? Okay. And how many times did you see the color red? How many times did you see the color yellow? How many times did you see the color green? Very good. Right. Now we're going to do a little bit of a hearing test. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to tell me what side you hear the sound on, okay? Whether it's on the left side or the right side. So let me know what side you hear the sound on, okay? Good. 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 Yep. Excellent. Okay. Very good. You can open your eyes. Very good. Now I have some cards with numbers on them. I want you to let me know what number you see. Okay? 3, 2, 8, 9, 7, 0, Very good. And what was the second number that you saw? Do you remember? Okay, very good. And let's mix these up. Okay. 6, 8, 2, 7, 9, 4, 0, 3. Okay, and what was the second to last number that you saw? 0. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to have you follow my instructions, okay? So I want you to focus on my nose and only focus on my nose, okay? Just keep focusing on my nose. Just keep focusing on my nose. Only look at my nose. Just keep looking at my nose. Just keep looking at my nose. Very good. Keep looking at my nose. Looking at my nose. Okay, now look at the 2 fingers. Very good, and keep looking at the 2 fingers. Don't look at my nose, just keep looking at the 2 fingers. 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 Do the best that you can. Keep looking at the 2 fingers. Okay, don't look at my nose. Just keep looking at the 2 fingers. Okay, now look at my nose. Don't look at the 2 fingers. Just look at my nose. Just look at my nose. Just keep looking at my nose. At my nose. Very good. I know that one's quite distracting, isn't it? Okay. We're going to do another focus test here. Okay. So I have a pair of scissors here. I want you to pick a side, and I want you to only focus on that side. Okay? Just keep focusing on the scissors, on the side that you like, whether it's the left side or the right side. Just keep looking at whatever side you picked. Just keep looking at the scissors side that you picked. Looking at the scissors. Okay, now I want you to switch what side you're focusing on with the scissors. So if it was the right side, I want you to look at the left. If it was the left side, I want you to look at the right. Just keep looking at the scissors. Okay, so it comes in and out. In and out. Just keep looking at scissors and switch what side you're looking at. Okay, so switch back to the first side that you looked at. Just keep focusing on that side as we go in and out. In and out. Back to the scissors. Okay. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do another little hearing test for you. This time I want you to repeat what I say, okay? The best of your ability. Just repeat what you hear me say, okay? Flower pot, bromeliad, orchid, fertilizer, watering can, snake plant, saucer, flower, stamen, sapling, propagation, flower pot, chrysanthemum, roses, hosta. Okay. With any of those words, were there any that I repeated more than once? Do you remember what those ones were? Good. Very good. Okay. All right, now we're going to do another trigeminal nerve test. And I want you to tell me what temperature you feel, whether it's cold or whether it's warm. Okay? So close your eyes for me, and you just tell me whether you feel cold or warm. Okay? Cold. 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 Warm. 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 Cold. 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 Warm. Warm. Very good. Okay, we're going to bring back the colored pencils. I want you to look at my nose, at my eyes, somewhere on my face, and I want you to just tell me, or rather, I want you to blink for me when you see the color red, okay? All right, so just focus on my face and blink when you see red. Good. Now blink when you see yellow. Good. Now blink when you see green. Good. Now blink when you see two colors. Now blink when you see brown. Yep, okay. All right, now we're going to do another test with our pen lights. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on my nose, okay? And only focus on my nose, okay? So, go ahead and keep focusing on my nose. Just focus on my nose. Just my nose. Focus on my nose. Just keep looking at my nose. Just keep looking at my nose. Just keep your focus on my nose. Keep looking at my nose. Keep looking at my nose. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to bring back the pen lights for a second. This time, I want you to pick one of the pen lights, whether it's the black or the gold, okay? I want you to focus on the one that you pick, all right? Okay, so just focus on the pen light that you've picked, whether it's the black or it's the gold. Just focus on the pen light that you've picked. Just to the best of your ability. I know sometimes they go out of view. Pick or stay focused on the pen light that you picked. Okay? Now, can you switch focus? So, focus on the pen light that you did not pick. Focus on the other pen light. Focus on the pen light that you did not pick. Okay, and can you focus back on your original pen light? Keep focusing on the pen light. Okay, very good. Arms get a little tired. Still got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tests before we're finished with the evaluation. Now we're going to do the soft, sharp facial sensation testing. This is another one of the trigeminal nerve tests. So I want you to tell me whether you feel a soft sensation or a sharp sensation. I'm just going to run this along your jaw so you know what the soft and what the sharp feels like, okay? And here's the sharp. Okay, close your eyes for me and just tell me whether you feel the soft or the sharp sensation. Okay? Soft, sharp, 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 soft, soft, sharp, soft, sharp, soft, sharp, 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 soft, soft. Very good. Bringing the colored pencils back. Now I want you to tell me what colors you see, okay? All right. What color is this? Good. Good. Yep, just as quick as you can. Good. Very good. Good. Very good. Yep. Have you seen this color before? Not yet? Okay. What about this one? Have you seen this one before? Good. How many times have you seen this color? Good. What's this color? And what about these? What colors are these? Very good. What about these? What about these? Okay. Do you remember if you've seen these colors already? Yes? What about these two colors? Okay, very good. You're a colored pencil master at this point. Okay. Now this time, I want you to focus on my nose, and I'm just going to be lighting our pen light here, and I want you to tell me what side you see it coming from, okay? So actually, we'll make this just a little bit more difficult, and we'll do one or the other here, okay? Just keep looking at my nose, and I want you to tell me whether it comes from the left or the right. Good? Good? Yep. Good? Good. And top or bottom? Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Mm-hmm. Left or right? Good. Very good. All right. Now I want you to, the best of your ability, tell me what shapes you see. Okay? So I'll have a little shape on a card. It might have a little color that you can see, but don't focus on the color. Just tell me what the shape is. Okay? All right. Rectangle. Diamond. Kind of. Square. Parallelogram. Hexagon. Triangle. Pentagon. Good. Circle. Okay. Let's go ahead and mix these up. Hexagon. Square. Pentagon. Rectangle. Circle. Diamond. Triangle. Parallelogram. And what was the third shape? Do you remember? Yep, very good. Okay, let's do that one more time. It's a fun one, I think. Okay. Diamond. Circle. Hexagon. Square. Triangle. Parallelogram. Rectangle. Pentagon. Okay, and what was the very first shape? The diamond. Very good. I know, somewhat poorly drawn. Alrighty, let's go ahead and I think we'll use this for our next test. I want you to follow this object to the best of your ability. There's going to be some sounds in the background, okay? I want you to keep just focusing on this. Don't focus on the sound, all right? Okay, so just focus on the red tip of the reflex hammer. Just focus on the reflex hammer. Sometimes I get a little messed up, yeah. Just do your best. Now there's only so good you can do when your proctor's having a bit of issue, yeah? Okay, very good. So since that one was a little goofy, let's give you another little one, okay? So I want you to, as fast as you can, name as many colors as you know, okay? Ready? Go. Okay, you can stop. Very good. Very good. All right. So I'd like to thank you so much for being patient with me through this exam and doing everything to the best of your ability. So with these results and with your screening test questions, I'm just going to be going over this and determining whether you meet the criteria for ADHD, and if so, what type. I think whether it's more hyperactive or inattentive, or possibly even the combined type. Okay? So you should hear back from me within the next few days, and from there we can get a little plan together on how we want to tackle it, should you have it, whether that is a treatment plan of medications. We have a few different types of medications we can try. That's usually our first line of treatment. Then after that, we could discuss perhaps some lifestyle changes, even diet changes can make a big difference for some people. And we can also talk about different types of therapy, or even life coaching may help a little bit, okay? But this will all be something we'll discuss when I get back to you about your results, okay? Any questions for me at all? All right, very good. So I'd like to thank you so much for coming to my office and coming to me for this ADHD evaluation. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night.